Hello, my name is Chris Hammond. I'm the Director of Training here with .NET Nuke Corporation. In this brief video, we're going to talk to you about the Telerik RadEditor, the default rich text editor in .NET Nuke. Now what we're going to go through is we're going to switch over here in a moment to a .NET Nuke website, and we'll take a look at the editor. We'll take a look at some of the toolbar options that are provided within the editor, as well as the image manager, and then in more detail, the image editor within that image manager. We'll also show you how you can utilize the document manager within that editor as well. So here we have a .NET Nuke version 5.6.1 website. We're already logged in. Now I'm currently logged in as a host account. I could also log in as the administrator to do what we're about to do. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to one of the HTML modules within our website, and I'm going to go to the Edit Content option. So taking into the Edit Content option will bring me into the edit interface for the HTML module, and that by default will use the rich text editor installed on the website. Now in a previous video, we showed you how to change out the text editor to utilize a different text provider. For now, we're using the default Telerik RadEditor. So you can see within the Telerik RadEditor, we have a number of toolbars that provide us a very Microsoft Word-like interface. Now we're not going to go through all the options within the toolbars, but we'll point out some of the very kind of specific ones that most people will utilize. So if you want to come into the editor, you're going to find a couple of options here. There's a pair of scissors. If you want to select text, you can cut that text. There's an option here to copy. There's also some paste options. You can also cut, copy, and paste with the keyboard shortcuts, Control-C, Control-V, and Control-X for cut. Now within the paste options, you also have some advanced paste options where you can paste. Normally, you can paste from Microsoft Word. You can paste from Word and have the editor strip the font tags out of that content. You can paste it as plain text, HTML, and paste HTML. Now there's options here to undo and redo. Then we have an icon for the image manager. We're going to come back to that in a few moments. Next to the image manager is a document manager, a media manager, and a flash manager. And then we have some templates, which we'll demonstrate in a future video. After the templates, we have a hyperlink manager that will allow us to create links within our edited content. And then we have some formatting options, superscript, subscript, create a paragraph. We can come in, we can do group boxes, we can filter or add a horizontal rule. We also have options to change styles. You can see it's pulling in some of the styles from .NET Nuke. We can pull in different fonts. And we can pull in font sizes. After that, we have some options for formatting the text. We can make our text bold, italicized, underline, or strike through. Now, some of these have keyboard shortcuts as well. If you select text and press Control-B, as you can in Microsoft Word, you'll get a bold text option down below. Same thing with italicized and underlined. After that, we have some alignment options, left, center, right, and then justified. And then we can remove alignment. Then we have indent and outdent options, and then ordered lists and unordered lists. Now from there, we have some additional options, which we'll cover some of those in future videos. But for now, let's go ahead and work with the content we have within this particular module. Now the content that's in here currently is the standard content that comes within the .NET Nuke homepage template. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch in the editor, I'm going to switch to the HTML view because I actually want to remove that content. So if I switch to the HTML view, I can see the HTML code for all of that content. And if I press Control-A, I can select all of that text. If I press delete, I can remove it. And then I can switch back to the design view. And I've removed all of that content. Now if I want to come in here and add some content, I can come in and add bold content, italicized, and I can come through here and either use the toolbars and select some of that text, or as in the case of italicized here, I'll select the text and then press Control-I to make it italicized. Now if we switch back to the HTML view, we can see what the HTML looks like. The bold content is wrapped in the strong tag, and then the italicized content is wrapped in the emphasis tag. Now in addition to just straight text, we can also do some features within the toolbars for managing images. Now if I go up here into the image manager, which is the picture with a sun over a mountain, we click on that icon, it's going to load up an image manager. Now within the image manager, we have the ability to sort through and filter through images that we have access to within the root of our portal. Now there's a number of images that come with .NET Nuke, but I'm going to show you how you can upload an image from your local computer. So within the manager, there's an upload option here, and if I go ahead and choose that option, I can then browse for a file on my local computer. So I'm going to browse to a file that I pasted onto my desktop earlier. It's just a graphic. It's a JPEG image. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to select Upload. .NET Nuke will then upload that from my local computer to the .NET Nuke website. Now it ends up showing up at the end of our options, or end of our images. So if I go ahead and page through the list of files, we'll see that that Kindle.jpg file is available to us now. Now what I can do is I can select that image just by clicking on it and then clicking on Insert. That's going to insert the image into the content. Now what you're going to notice about this image is it is rather large. That might not be what I want to do, or might not be what I want to display within my content. I might want to display a smaller version. Well, I can select the image by clicking on it and then take my mouse and drag the arrows over the squares in the corners to change the size of the image. You can see that doesn't necessarily get the effect I want within this particular image, though. All that does is resizes the image. It doesn't create a new, smaller version of it. So instead of doing that, let's go ahead and delete that image. So I have it selected. I'm just going to hit delete on my keyboard. And now I'm going to go back into the image manager. And I'm once again going to browse for that image. We'll wait for the image manager to load. Then I'll navigate through, find that particular image. But before we hit insert, instead of hitting insert, I'm going to come into the right side of the image manager here. There's an image editor option. If I go ahead and click on that image editor option, that's going to open up a new window that's going to allow us to resize the image. And I can use the sliders here to change the size of the image. And you can see it'll get smaller there on the left side. I can also change the numbers on the width and the height if I would like to. Now, what I can do after I've resized the image here is I can actually save it as a thumbnail version of that image. So I can go ahead and click on Save here, and .NET Nuke is going to create a new image. We'll have to scroll through the page list to find, but there's a new image here, one called Kindle and one called Kindle Thumb. You can see the Kindle Thumb is a lot smaller. It's about 1/8 the size of the previous image. So if I go ahead and select that one and then click on Insert, it can insert that new smaller image into my text content. Now, besides the image manager, we can also come into the document manager. Document manager will load up a window here that will allow us to browse for documents on our website. And if we have any documents that we'd like to upload, we can go ahead and upload those as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upload a document here. I'm going to choose the upload option. And I'm going to browse for a document on my local computer again. This time I have a PowerPoint file. And you go ahead and click on Open and then click on Upload. That will upload it into the Document Manager, puts it onto our website. Now from here I can go ahead and insert that document, and it's going to create a link to that document within our content. Now within the HTML module, if I just click on Save here, that's going to save our changes within the HTML module. And then on the home page, we now see the graphic for that Kindle icon, and then a hyperlink to that particular document. And if I go ahead and try to click on that, it's going to prompt me then to open the document, or I could save it as well. So you can see there's a number of different things we can do within the Telerik RadEditor. And in future videos, we'll go into some more details on some of the additional advanced features there. In the meantime, I'd encourage you to check out our .NET Nuke training page under the Resources tab on .NETnuke.com. There you'll find a listing of free videos as well as information about our instructor-led training and our custom on-site and online training offerings. Again, this was Chris Hammond with .NET Nuke Corporation. Thanks for watching the video.